Hey everybody, how you doing? Jeeves here, your old composer here at the Decomposer Lounge. And this is where I pull back the layers of your favorite song in a non-theoretical way and just kick back, and it's just a listening session. I just sprinkle in a little bit of my knowledge here on the breakdown. Radiohead, No Surprises. I gotta tell you something. I've been very surprised since Radiohead is not on my radar as far as, being an old composer, that media composer, didn't listen to a lot of radio, and so not very well aware of a lot of the bands, about 90% of the bands that I've done here. But I will say that the arrangements and the compositions, the vocal performance has been a wonderful surprise. So I look forward to this. I want to thank you guys. You guys know the story. These videos don't monetize my channel, even though you might see advertising. So if you love what I do, want to buy me a cup of coffee, that'd be super cool beans. Those links are down below for the cup of coffee, also for Radiohead, Spotify, and merch. All right, guys, let's do this. Radiohead, No Surprises. All right. I'm sorry, I didn't want to stop. I usually would have stopped already, but I was just getting so into the flow of the composition. There's so many intricate, super cool things that are happening here. And thus far, out of all the tracks that I think I've only listened to 3 or 4 other tracks, this one seems to be the more of the laid back in its composition and arrangements. Of course, I'm only halfway through a song. But the bells here sounds like glockenspiel. That melody is actually following the high point picking of the guitar on the right, so you'll hear that kind of in unison, which I thought was really super cool. Something I also dialed into immediately was at the very beginning, the guitar pattern. You have the first chord that's being played. The second chord has really nice movement in it. It sounds like it goes through a phase at the end of that chord passage that goes back into the turnaround to the front to the first chord. Has this kind of suspended vibe, and it kind of moves around da da da. So you'll hear it in the strumming. You'll hear that there's that purposeful turnaround to bring it back into the first chord. I love the build. So as you could feel, these phrases have been repeating itself. But the magic in this for me, and this is where I was just getting lost. I was forgetting what I was doing here, video reacting thing, and really enjoying the additional layers in each turnaround I'm sorry, first cup of coffee this morning. Repeated phrases that were happening to this point. So the first one, there was just no snare. Second one, there was a snare, and they added tambourine. The third one, they elevated the arrangements. They kept all that in there. The third one, there's another arrangement now. It starts to get a little swimmy in the back, and I'm hearing just a little bit of a synth line in the back there. And finally, it's just something about his voice. I'm trying not to watch the video. You can see it stopped in a very unique space. But it sounds very somber, very heavy, yet at the same token it sounds relieving and kind of hopeful, if there's such a way to tie that together. You know, it could be one of those kind of songs, since I'm not listening, I'm catching some of the lyrics, but it could be one of those songs that are like a suffer release kind of vibe. I don't know, I've got to listen to it a little more, but this is not my usual breakdown, only because I was really got pulled into the song. But his voice, he's just got that thing about his voice where even though it's not so far up in the mix, like kind of a pop style mix, that is just, it's emotionally seductive. I think that's the best way I can put it. So let me go back a little bit and let's... Okay, I just thought that passage was really super interesting. It felt like they repeated the phrase, obviously pulling out the vocal during this period. Now, you may have saw me kind of look at the video and go, what's kind of going on here? And, you know, him holding his breath through that, I thought it was very unique. I don't know, you guys tell me if you feel this. At least I'm trying not to watch the video because I want to just rinse into the music, but when his vocals disappeared, it seemed like that's when he was completely underwater. And as creative as this band seems to be, that was absolutely a purposeful maneuver in the video. But for me, what I really loved is it exposed the complexity of the tracks. I know to a lot of people, it's my latest thing I've been saying. A lot of people say, well, this is really simple, you know, might say that. But there is a feeling of simplicity in it, but simple is not always easy. And to get simple arrangements to work per se, I'm not saying these are simple arrangements, is a very unique balance. And it just seems like this song has taken what you may consider, hey, da, 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 da. Look at that, it already stuck to me, the melody, that counter melody. Is a very unique thing to do, but when this section just happened and the voice was pulled away, you can hear the dynamics of the compositions. You know, you have the guitar, you have the bells, the glockenspiel, I believe, and you have you have the guitar on the right that's actually holding the melody. Excuse me. Maybe it's capoed or something, I don't know, I'm not too sure. And then of course you have the rhythm guitar that's playing in the back, and then the bass and the drums are just kind of sauntering behind it. But you listen to that phrase and just close your eyes, and then you could really just soak in the simplicity of the arrangements, how perfect it is. At least for me. I'm not yearning for anything in this journey, meaning like, oh, in my head as a composer, I have the dubious distinction, yet drives me crazy that most of the time I can't listen to music, because when I hear a phrase like that, I'm in my head going, oh, beautiful, strings went like this. But in this case, the seductiveness of this song already has taken me to a place where I just sit here and go, wow, that's really cool. So I just wanted to bring that up. Okay, so it looks like we're going back into, that was kind of a funky hold position there, but let's finish this track off. This was an amazing experience. I noticed when the water was coming down, what that paralleled was in the song, that it was like a relief, you know, like he had put himself into a position where he was really, he's at the end of something, and then the water came down and he decided it was, you know, and I don't know if there's an emotional relationship to that, to the lyrics, since I really couldn't catch a lot of the lyrics and stuff, but it seemed like at the very end, like it was like, okay, I'm not going to do it, I'm going to breathe through and take it all in and stuff. Like he got past, and that was that unique section there where I was talking about how just kind of pulled away the vocals, obviously while he was underwater kind of vibe, you know, at least in the relationship to the video. So anyhow, thank you guys so much, you know, for your Radiohead suggestions, all the other suggestions. I'm trying to go through this as fast as possible without burning myself out. I want to thank you guys again for those of you who have bought me a cup of coffee and stuff. It's really wonderful to me to get some of the comments that I've gotten, you know, and also you guys know that it goes to help what I do with the kids and stuff as a ventriloquist and so on and so forth. So I really, really do appreciate that. I don't know why this song just put me in a very somber, connective kind of vibe, but I want to thank you guys for, you know, if you have or will in the future buy me a cup of coffee, I really do appreciate it. Anyhow, guys, take care of yourself. This was Radiohead's No Surprises, and this was a really great way for me to start off my morning, so I want to thank you guys for those of you that suggested this. All right, guys, take care. Have a wonderful day. All right. All right.